Hello and welcome again. Welcome to a new class. We're back together, just you and me, nobody else, just you and me, with the express purpose of learning English. So, shall we start? Pero antes que nada, tienes que poner la fecha en la parte superior. Put the date at the top. Don't put the date at the bottom. And don't put the date in the left margin. Don't put the date in the right margin, and please, don't put the date on the back. Put the date on the front and at the top. And you can either put the date on the top left corner or in the top right corner. It's up to you. You choose. I don't care. I don't care where you put the date, siempre que lo pongas en la parte superior, as long as you put it at the top. So, there are different ways of placing the date. You can put it on the left side or on the right side. You can put it in the top left corner or in the top right corner. I don't care. But you either put it in the top right corner, in the top left corner, or at the top in the middle. Those are the three options. Okay, so you can put the date anywhere you want on this paper, as long as it's at the top. As long as you put it at the top. Don't put it on the back. Don't put it at the bottom. Don't put it in the left margin. And don't put it in the right margin. Put it at the top. Either in the middle, on the left, or on the right. Either or, either or. Pon la fecha en la parte superior. Put the date at the top. Y firma al pie. Sign at the bottom. I'm signing. Okay? I'm signing my name. Curiosamente, en los países anglosajones, the signature is normally legible. If you sign, usually you can read my name. People sign more clearly. In Spain, no. In Spain, you say, ponga su firma aquí. In the English-speaking world, firme su nombre. We don't say ponga su firma. Okay, una firma is a signature. My signature, you can read my name, more or less. My signature is somewhere between the American style, which is very clear, Richard Vaughan, and the Spanish style, which, un garrabato. Okay, so I developed, when I came to Spain, I decided to develop a signature that was halfway between the United States and Spain. In the United States, they can make out my name. Make out. Make out is descifrar. They can make out my name. And in Spain, it looks like a firma. So, my signature is a bit different. And I sign at the bottom. Please sign at the bottom. Put the date at the top and sign at the bottom. Don't sign on the back. Don't sign in the left margin. Don't sign in the right margin. And don't sign at the top. Firma al pie. Sign at the bottom, please. Estoy un poco cansado hoy, eh? I'm a little tired today. Eso es todo. That's all. That's all. That's all. Eso es todo. That's all. That's all. I'm a little tired. That's all. ¿Quieres que me siente aquí? Do you want me to sit here? Or do you want me to sit here? Or would you rather I sit here? Where do you prefer that I sit? Do you want me to sit here? Do you want me to sit here? Or do you want me to sit here? Do you want me to put the microphone on my right? Or would you rather I put the microphone on my left? All right? Do you want me to hold a pen when I teach? Or would you rather I leave the pen on the table? Do you want me to drink water while I teach? Or would you rather I not touch? Escuchad como lo digo. Would you rather, preferiría que yo no tocase. Would you rather I not, de los pocos momentos en el lengua inglés, se dice I not, sin más. Or would you rather I not touch the water during the class? Would you rather I use this camera? Or would you prefer that I use the other one? Which one do you prefer? Do you want me to wear a short sleeve shirt Or would you rather I wear a long sleeve shirt? Do you want me to speak fast? Or would you rather I speak slowly? Would you rather I speak with a British accent? Or would you rather I speak with an American accent? Would you rather I use this book? Or would you prefer that I use the other one? Okay. Espera hasta que ellos estén listos. Wait until they are ready. They are. So en inglés decimos espera que hasta que están, no estén. In Spanish you use the subjunctive. In English we don't. We use the indicative. Wait until they are ready. Contracción, wait until they're ready. They're not ready yet, so you have to wait. Just be a little patient. Give them about 5 minutes. I'm sure in 5 minutes they'll be ready. So wait until they're ready, okay? ¿Pero están listos ya? Are they ready now? Are they ready yet? Are they ready yet? No, they're not ready yet. No, they're not. They're not. No están. Hago la contracción y se hace muy rápido. No, they're not. They're not ready yet. They're still getting ready, but be patient. Nunca haces nada por mí. You never do anything for me. What do you mean I never do anything? What do you mean I never do anything for you? ¿Cómo que nunca hago nada por ti? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean es ¿qué quieres decir? En este caso sería, ¿qué quieres decir con que no hago nada por ti? ¿Cómo que no hago nada? What do you mean I never do anything for you? You're crazy. You wouldn't imagine how many things I do for you. Right now, I'm giving you English class for free. I'm giving you a free English class. And in my opinion, a quality English class. I'm giving you the lingua franca of the world for free. The only thing you're paying is your time, but you're not paying any money. And for the moment, que yo sepa, as far as I know, y que yo pueda ver, as far as I can see, you're not making an effort. The only effort you're making is to sit still and watch. But I can see you. Ya te veo ahí. En español decís normalmente, ya te veo, o te veo. En inglés no. I can see you. Te puedo ver. I can see you, and you're sitting on the edge, el borde. I need to be careful. Put the water on the edge of the table. I'm putting the microphone on the edge. Edge. Se escribe edge. Se pronuncia edge, como una che pura y dura al final. On the edge of the table. And I can see you. You're sitting on the edge of the bed, and you're holding a remote in your hand. You're holding a remote control. Un mando. And you're thinking about changing the channel. All right? You're thinking about changing the channel. So it's my job to make sure that you don't. And that's not an easy job. 1,500,000 people sitting with a remote control in their hand, just waiting to get bored. The moment they begin to get bored, they change. So, it's a tough job for me because I have how many? Maybe 10 competitors, 20 competitors, 40 competitors, depending on the type of television system you have. How many channels do you have? How many channels do you have on your TV? 47. So, I have 46 competitors. And now I'm winning because I have your attention. But you're holding that remote in your hand, ready to push the channel button the moment you start to get bored. So you can imagine how difficult my job is to keep your attention. It's not easy. Would you like to do my job for me? All right. Some people write emails to Aprende Inglés criticizing my job. They can come and sit in front of the lights, the cameras, and the heat. And they can do this job and teach English without looking at a book most of the time. I look down at my book maybe 5 or 7 times per segment. And the rest of the time, I talk to you about the language and explain interesting things. But listen, you can put the remote down. You don't need to keep it in your hand. Some people like to keep the remote in their hand all the time, especially men. It gives them a feeling of power, that with the movement of your thumb, you can change reality. Men like to have the power to change reality simply with the movement of their thumb. Women usually don't care. If a woman is interested in a program, she will not touch the remote. But a man enjoys holding it in his hand and controlling reality a su antojo, to his delight. Okay, but in any case, here we have, nunca haces nada por mí. You never do anything for me. Después de todo lo que yo hago por ti. After everything I do for you, after everything I do for you, what do you do for me? How much have you done? Yendo al presente perfecto. ¿Cuánto has hecho? How much have you done for me personally? Come on. Spill the beans. Tell me the truth. A veces se dice, derrama las judías. O sea, dime la verdad. Tell me the truth. Spill the beans. How much have you done for me? What have you done for me? Anything? Have you written me a letter? Have you bought a piece of material from me? What have you done for me? Okay, after everything now I'm doing for you. Okay, nunca haces nada por mí. You never do anything for me. Pero hay alguien esperándote. There's somebody waiting for you. I think the person is waiting for you in the other camera. Lo voy a ver. I'm going to find out, okay? Lo voy a averiguar. If there's somebody waiting for you in the other camera, okay? Just a second. Yeah. Hay alguien esperándote. There's somebody waiting for you. There's someone waiting for you. Y la pregunta sería, is there anybody waiting for you? Is there anyone waiting for you? And the negative, no. There's nobody waiting for you. Or, there isn't anybody waiting for you. Or, there isn't anyone waiting for you. Or, there's no one waiting for you. So don't worry about it. Nobody is interested in you for the moment. Just me. I'm the only person paying attention to you at this moment. Just me. All right? So there's a very special connection between you and me. I'm your teacher, and you're the student. Put yourself in my hands, and I will take you through the dark forest of the English language to the bright light on the other side. But you need to place. Ahora uso place. Place como sitio o lugar, como verbo que es colocar o poner. You need to place your confidence in me. Put yourself in my hands. Okay? You're in good hands with me. You're in good hands with Aprende Inglés TV. Yes. Place your hands, place your confidence in me and in my colleagues, and we will take you through the forest, the dark forest, the dangerous forest of the English language, and with time and patience, you will improve, and you will be very happy with the improvement you make. And me too. All right. So, nobody is waiting for you. No hay nadie esperándote. There isn't anybody waiting for you. So the only thing you have is me. En español creo que diríais, lo único que tienes soy yo. Pero en inglés, lo único que tienes es mí, literalmente. The only thing you have is me. Porque yo soy el objeto, el complemento aquí, no el sujeto. I'm the only person you have, diciéndolo al revés, donde sí soy sujeto. I'm the only person you have. So, the only person you have is me. En la segunda frase, el sujeto es person. The only person that you have, el that is opcional. The only person you have is me. Ergo, so, therefore, I'm the only person you have, at least for the next 10 or 15 minutes, okay? All right, the next one. ¿Quién es? Who is it? No sé quién es. I don't know who it is. Do you know who it is? Somebody is knocking on the door. Somebody is knocking on the door, or somebody is knocking at the door, or someone. But I don't know who it is. Puedes chequear. No sé si es hombre o mujer. Tengo que usar it por obligación. Porque no hemos identificado el sexo. Male, female. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's Paula. Maybe it's Juan. Maybe it's Manolo. Maybe it's Olegario. I don't know who it is. But somebody is knocking on the door. And can you get it? Can you get it, please? Do you mind? I'm teaching an English class on television now, and really I'm not the right person to go answer the door, but somebody's knocking on the door. And it's starting to annoy me. It's starting to bother me. It's starting to bother me. It's starting to annoy me. Ambos valen. To bother and to annoy es molestar o irritar. Annoy tiene más sentido de irritación, to annoy. So please, would you mind getting the door? Can you get it, please? Can you go to the door and find out who it is? Can you go to the door and find out who it is, please? En inglés estoy diciendo, puedes ir a la puerta y averiguar. En castellano diríais probablemente, puedes ir a la puerta para o averiguar. Pero insertamos un and aquí. Esperar a ver, to wait and see. All right? Now go to the door and find out who it is. And when you find out who it is, tell me, and then I can stop the television program if it's urgent. But for the moment, I prefer to continue. ¿Quién es? Who is it? No sé quién es. I don't know who it is. Pues le preguntaré quién es. I'll ask him who he is or who she is. Yo no conozco a nadie por ese nombre. I don't know anybody by that name. I don't know anybody or anyone by that name. Olegario Gegúndez. That's a strange name. I don't know anybody by that name. Do you know anybody by that name? Olegario Gegúndez? I don't know anybody by that name. Andrew Jackson? I don't know anybody by that name now. Andrew Jackson was one of the early presidents of the United States. He was I think the 7th president. See, George Washington was the first. John Adams was the second. Thomas Jefferson was the third. James Madison was the fourth. James Monroe, like Marilyn Monroe, was the fifth. John Quincy Adams was the sixth. Presto, correct, 7. Andrew Jackson was the 7th. He was a president, but I don't know anybody by the name of Andrew Jackson now. Do you know anybody by the name of Andrew Jackson? No? Okay. Eduardo Frei. I don't know anybody. Personally, I don't know anybody by the name of Eduardo Frei. He used to be the president of Chile many years ago. But I don't know anybody personally by that name. Silvio Berlusconi, yes, I know him. He's the president of Italy, the prime minister of Italy. But I don't know him personally. Do you know him personally? Except for him, I don't know anybody else. No conozco a ninguna otra persona. I don't know anybody else by that name. I don't know anybody else by that name. Okay? Vince Lombardi. Vince, como Vicente, Vince. Vincent. Vince Lombardi. Well, I don't know anybody by that name now, but he's one of the people I admire the most. He's one of the people I admire the most. But he died about 20 years ago or more, maybe 30 years ago. Vince Lombardi. He was a very famous football coach in the United States. A very famous football coach. A person who was a coach, el entrenador, of American football. In 1957, he was appointed head coach of an American football team called the Green Bay Packers. And they were the worst team in the league. They were the laughing stock of the Professional Football League, the National Football League, the NFL. And they were the laughing stock of the NFL. El hazme reír de la NFL. The laughing como riendo, stock como stock de productos terminados, stock, dos palabras. The laughing, I think it's 2 words. The laughing stock. The Green Bay Packers in 1957 were the laughing stock of the National Football League. They were in last place, and they only won one game. And out of desperation, por pura desesperación, out of desperation, the owner of the Green Bay Packers contacted this man, this Italian-American, whose name was Vince Lombardi, and offered him the job as the head coach of the worst team in the Professional Football League in the United States in 1957. And Vince Lombardi said, okay. And he went from New York City, where he was the assistant coach, not the head coach, the assistant coach of the New York Giants, Los Gigantes de Nueva York. And he went to Green Bay, a relatively small city in the state of Wisconsin, capital Madison, and the most important city, Milwaukee, located on Lake Michigan. Yes, Vince Lombardi. And he took that team. And in 1958, he didn't sign, de firmar otra vez, he didn't sign any new players. The same raw material, la misma materia prima. He took the same raw material, the players who had lost every game except one the season before. The following season, they were in second place in the league. Second place in their division. Okay? And in 1959, 2 years later, they were the first in their division, and they won the national championship in the United States. They were number one in the United States. And in 1960, the same, 61. In 4 consecutive years, they were the best team. Then they lost 1 year in the finals, and then they won 3 consecutive more years. Vince Lombardi took the same human resources, and he transformed them into champions. Okay, he transformed good players, potentially good players who were playing very poorly, and he transformed them into champions. 7 consecutive championships, except with one break in 1 year where they were in second place, and one with the same men, which means everybody has a high potential latently waiting to come out. It's simply the right person has to find the key, la llave. And I have the key to your English here, if I can find it. I have a lot of keys in my pocket. Just a second. Yeah. It's a lot of keys, eh? This key is to a radio station where I work. This key is to this key is two, siempre two. This key is two. Another office. This key is to my house. This key, let's see, where is it? This key is to my car. This key is to my car. Now, I have one key here, okay, that is very powerful. El más potente y poderoso. La llave más potente que tengo, con diferencia. It's a magic key. It's the most powerful key I have. And I'm going to use this key on you. And this key is the key to learning the English language. It's the key to motivation. And this is the most powerful. This little key right here. Can you see it? Maybe they can bring the camera closer and show you this key. But this key is magical because it opens your motivation. And you are perfectly capable of learning the English language if you want. It's simply a question of applying the saying in Spanish, querer es poder. Si quieres, puedes. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. En inglés, donde hay una voluntad, hay un camino o una manera de conseguirlo. Where there's, hay que hacer la contracción al tratarse de un proverbio o un dicho. Where there is, contracción there's. Where there's a will, there's a way. Así es la entonación. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I don't think I need this key for you, this magic key, because I think you have a key yourself. Vince Lombardi with the Green Bay Packers found the key, and he transformed mediocre players into champions. It's a question of attitude. La actitud correcta engendra la aptitud con P correcta. You can move mountains with that. All right, time to say goodbye for the moment, but I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay? So, we have a lot of work to do, so don't go too far away. No te alejes demasiado, eh? Don't go too far away. Thank you.